Hi, it's Red Songbird, Michelle Birdsong in New York City. You're looking at a picture of Will Smith for President 2020. He was Seth, the third and perfect son of Adam and Eve in a garden. And here is Azura, his sister, his wife. This is Robin Birdsong with Azura, Adam and Eve's baby daughter. Okay, here we go. I'm writing, this is part 3. The daughters of Eve. Okay. You say, did Eve, the mother, did Michelle cheat? The reason Robin Birdsong is not Edwin Birdsong's daughter. No. Did Michelle is an empath, one who feels the feelings of those close to her as her own. And she's an HSP, a highly sensitive person. Song from album What It Is, the Uncle Tom Game. One day, when Edwin and Steve were having sex, Edwin was Tomming for Steve, and so he could bask in Steve's spotlight. Although he was talented enough, I thought, to be another Stevie Wonder, just as popular, just as successful. So they were having sex, and his wife Michelle, far away, picked up on the act intuitively. I tested Edwin. He was no homosexual. I tickled his perineum caucus area. He went crazy wild with excitement. I tested Lucifer, Michael John Spear, by tickling the same area in his body. He felt nothing, no response. The act of a homosexual, okay? That's the way you test them. So, she picked up on Steve and Edwin having sex. So she, being an empath, automatically asked in her mind, what does it feel like to be made love to by Stevie Wonder? Not knowing where the thought came from or why. Her mind quickly imagined Steve making love to her, so she would know what it felt like to be made love to by him. She just as quickly dismissed the idea of him making love to her, but it was too late. She had considered it, contemplated it, imagined it. It happened. Stevie Wonder made love to the Michelle in the invisible realm, the imagination. Things begin in the imagination, and if attached to emotions, good or bad, positive or negative, manifest in the physical. Hence, Robin Michelle Birdsong's immaculate conceived birth was a result of an imaginary lovemaking between her mother, the Michelle Birdsong, and Stevie Wonder. On the back of the RSSB book, Legacy of Love, about the life of Jesus Christ, 20th century form, Charan Singh Ji, is a quote. I hope you embrace the invisible. It is more powerful than the visible. I am mainstreaming clues to you. I acknowledge the existence. Example, I acknowledge the existence of the supernatural when I named my husband Edwin Birdsong, and my joint effort album, his second, Supernatural. I named it Supernatural, okay? Existence decoded. EX, example. I for pleasure. I. S for C. T for truth. E for energy. N for N, C for California, E for event. Example, pleasure. I see true energy in California, event. Okay, and a Babaji, Jesus Christ, 21st century. Gurinder Singh Dhillon, event in Petaluma, California. I saw Charan Singh, who had been cremated in 1990, sitting on one of the benches, looking a little lost. He had, watching Babaji. He had lost his identity, loving Babaji, Gurinder Singh. I had seen Charan Singh entering Gurinder Singh Dhillon, his nephew, whom he'd called from Spain, where he was working, managing a store, to come to India to be trained to take his place, Charan Singh's place, as a master. Eve found out later she had been Queen Isabella of Spain. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Gurinder Singh said, he's the gardener. He picked the most beautiful flower, Eve. Years later, at a satsang, a meeting of Jesus Christ and his disciples, he said, all ladies' flowers are beautiful, some more beautiful than others. T for thee, H-E-R for her, R-O-S-E for rose. The her rose, soar. S for season, O for of, R for her, E for energy. Season of her energy, her story. Mr. and Mrs. Jesus Christ, self-love struck 3. Obviously, Charan Singh Maharaji, Jesus Christ, rose from the dead. Like I said, he had been cremated in 1990. This was 2013, where he had projected himself. Then, with the aid of remote viewing, I saw him projected himself, Jesus Christ, become one with Gurinder Singh Ji. He got into his body. Yet his original energy, a new soul, has been given a human body from the love with her, from the lovemaking session of the Michelle Birdsong with her Father, the Son, God, his supreme beam he inserted between her legs from where he was, high fire in the sky, one afternoon, and she was standing with both feet on the ground. Sung Afternoon Delight by Starland Vocal Band. G-I-A-N Carlo Arturo is the baby's name they made when he put his supreme being between her legs. Angel, decode Arturo. A for angel, R for her, T for true, U for you, R for her, O for ordered. Angel, her true, U, her ordered, I-O-U. The sun god owes Eve. He's blessing her with a son, with the DNA of sun god and the DNA of the daughter of the sun and moon. Eve, the Michelle Birdsong, exceeded her expectations. nature's secret. Had been a secret. Her nature had been a secret even to her. She hadn't known she is an empath, picking up on others' feelings, presuming they were her feelings, not her. Her feelings. Jesus Christ has another boon for Eve. He has guided her to create Talk and Share, a therapy she had been. Freud, Pearls, Emma Jung, Carl Jung, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson's wife. Dr. Peterson was Carl Jung. Talk and Share is a cure for what ails the world, madness. But it also aids Eve in separating others' feelings from her own. Now she has won her freedom. Her daughter, because the son said to Eve, "You won." Now she knows what she won. She won her freedom with Talk and Share. Her daughter, Robin Michelle Birdsong Azura, from the Garden of Eden, which is being revisited this Judgment Day season. Robin was King James and Minnow, Eve's other mother, Aunt Donnie, who had an artist draw on her sun porch wall. "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." Talk and Share shows you your truth, your experience. When you own it, you are free to move on. Freud has been administering Talk and Share therapy, that's DiMichelle, almost daily for hours, to Galileo, Robin Birdsong, for 25 years, and to Lucifer, Michael John Spear, her husband, for 30 years. So far, Galileo, who was locked up in solitary confinement and house arrest by the Inquisition of the all-powerful Catholic Church in the 1500s, for telling the truth that Copernicus, who was Jesus Christ Govinda Singh, was correct. The earth revolves around the sun. The sun does not revolve around the earth. Okay? So Galileo has not committed suicide because he's had round-the-clock therapy from Freud, Eve, DiMichelle. And the worst thing that Lucifer has done while working as a New York City public high school teacher to support Edwin and Steve and Isaiah Jackson's children is not side with his wife against the children in private conversations with them. Lucifer, Michael John Spear, has no children. Although he thought Melanie L. Spear was his child, and so did her mother, DiMichelle, think that until recently it was revealed to her that Melanie L. Spear's father is the conductor of classical music, Isaiah Jackson. Lucifer is happy living alone in a hotel in a single-room occupancy, the Harcourt in San Francisco, as he finds relationships a hassle decoded. His homo ass wills his energy. His homosexual ass wills his sexual energy. Okay, that is Michael John Spear, Lucifer. According to Dan Phillips, the brilliant mind crafted to think God's thoughts was turned into a ceaseless laboratory of deception. When I was a girl, I was disappointed by Eve's gullibility, says this writer Karen Viet. Note from Eve: She was, is an empath. Eve was and is an empath. She felt the snake's feelings as her own. The Lord knew that. She didn't know that. She didn't understand herself. Where am I? She didn't understand herself until recently when she learned the truth of her nature and its disastrous effect for even me. Of course, note that Scripture identifies Adam. Oh, this is Karen Viet writing. The Scripture identifies Adam, not Eve, as the one responsible for sin and death entering the world. According to Romans chapter 5 verses 12 to 21 and 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse to 21st verse. Romans. R for her, O for order, MA for ma, N for nature, S for secret. Her order, ma's nature, a secret. Corinthians. Corin, Corinne, Beatrice Crowder. The pleasure, answer. My mother said, you have to make your own fun. She liked to read books for fun. If I were Eve, I thought, said Karen the writer, surely I would have heeded God's simple command, you shall not eat, Genesis chapter 2 verse 17, and would have saved the human race. We'd still be living in paradise, right? Now this is what Eve says. Only 2% of the population is human because you become what you eat. The humans who have eaten animals became animals, dead head and dead hearts, and when they died, took on animal bodies. In something, are the hunted slaughtered animals living in hell because of you? Note, are you a vegetarian? Did you obey God's simple command? Thou shalt not kill, yet you participate 2 to 3 times a day in the killing of animals, of cows, pigs, chickens, lambs, squirrels, rabbits, dogs, horses, eggs, the early stage of life, goats, fish, or do you obey God?